Hello guys, today we're gonna be messing around with what might be the worst Android phone from 15 years ago. That's a Vodafone Smart 858, which is basically a rebranded Huawei phone that was sold for Vodafone, from Vodafone. It's running Android 2.2.2 Eclair. This phone has a 500 MHz single core CPU based on the ARM v6 architecture. I believe it's Snapdragon S1 with a very low amount of RAM, maybe like 256 megabytes. In advanced task killer. Even when we queue every OApps, we have like 50 megabytes free, which means this has very little RAM. It has no GPU as well, and in terms of Android phones, it doesn't really get worse than that. In fact, the first Android phone from 2008, the T-Mobile G1, it had GPU, and this thing doesn't. It has very little internal storage and a very bad camera. I believe it's 2 megapixels. You can kinda see in the viewfinder. We're gonna try taking a picture of something. Yeah, obviously this camera has no autofocus and, well, for this money that much, to be fair. It takes pictures, takes videos as well, which are very likely even worse quality. I've installed some apps to try on this phone, so first of all we're gonna start with Angry Birds, just gonna make sure this has as much free RAM as possible. Alright, this game, it took forever to load. Eventually we got into a level, and Angry Birds doesn't like the fact that this phone has no GPU, definitely. You see it's not running particularly smoothly. At least in these early levels it's playable. Maybe we can do another level. Alright, moving on, the next game we're gonna try is Doodle Jump. The first version of the game, in fact. This should run perfectly fine, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this might be one of the lightest games to run on an Android phone. And yeah, it seems to run fine. Yeah, it's all good. Next game I'm gonna try something way heavier. Learn to Die. I'm gonna be surprised if this runs, honestly. This game is like 40 megabytes. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Aegis next. It's a very cool game, I haven't played in a long time. It seems to run okay, even without the GPU. Not particularly surprising, to be fair. Flappy Bird is next. Doesn't seem to work. What about Fruit Ninja? I have played Fruit Ninja years ago on Nokia 500 and it ran... oh god. Yeah, it's running about as well as Angry Birds did. Maybe in game it's not gonna be as bad. Wait, we don't even have mood touch on this phone? Really? That's crazy. I've never seen a phone without mood touch before. Like, as an Android phone. Usually even the shittiest ones have that. At least 2 fingers. This one... it's 1 finger. Either that or I haven't noticed it, like, missing. Well, it runs one way or another. It would have been nice if it was smoother. Playing music should surely work on this phone, at least that. Yeah, I play songs, no problem. Honestly, the speaker is horrible. Also, all the buttons on this phone seem to barely work. Geo is another game that should supposedly run fine on this thing. Yeah, that runs fine, unsurprisingly. Plants vs Zombies, my expectations of this thing running are like very low. This game is like 70 megabytes. Wow. Is it gonna run Monsters vs. Zombie? That would be crazy. Did it die? I'm not sure. No, it's still on. Alright. I'm gonna waste out. No. It's actually playing the music, but it has no picture. That's pretty unfortunate. Honestly, the game probably would have worked if this thing had a GPU, but no. Fortunately, no display. I'm surprised we got far enough for it to even show anything. Oh god. It works. Raging Thunder is a 3D game, but generally it tends to run on anything. Okay. It is slightly glitched, like the icons are gone, but... Oh god. It's running very bad. The input lag is like horrendous. I think this was running better on like Nokia with Symbian and keys. Like, I've played this game on Nokia 6700 slides. It ran better than this, at least by a bit. Okay, it's pretty bad. Alright, I mean, the fact that it's running a 3D game alone, it's not too bad. This was probably considered kind of playable back in the day as well. Okay, what about like another 3D game, SpeedX 3D? I actually really like this game. It's usually quite easy to run. What's going on? It looks kind of bugged. The frame rate is kind of bad, but it seems playable. It's definitely running better than Raging Thunder, that's for sure. What about a Minecraft clone? Because obviously this cannot run Pocket Edition. Hey, it's running. Oh god. How am I supposed to jump? Maybe the middle button? Not sure if it's glitched because like it's missing libraries or something. Oh, I see, you can change the blocks from here. Alright, there's another version of this game that was called Light, but this seems to run the full version alright. Alright, the buttons here look okay, but it seems bugged. Like the world seems bugged. The last game I have preloaded here is called Ninja Kaka something. Some sort of a Fruit Ninja clone. Warning, have detected your phone is Vodafone 858. It's gonna suck, man. It's really funny. It's like they just, for this phone in particular, I can't believe they made a warning to show that it's gonna run shit. Oh god, it's loud. Alright, just start, man. Oh god. I think this runs worse than Fruit Ninja. Oh, just like I said, there are some serious performance issues. Last thing we can try some web browsing on this phone. You know, technically we have installed Opera Mini, so should be able to load some web pages. I believe the reason why Opera Mini works well on this old device is that they use their own servers to boost the browsing speed, so stuff isn't really loading fully on the phone. Google should work, I believe, at least that. Yep, it works. Maybe we can try to go into YouTube. The device is no longer supported. Android update to Android 4. Maybe we can open the GSM Arena of this phone at the very least. Yeah, we can. We can see stuff here. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, we can browse GSM Arena on this phone. It's very cool. Opera Mini can get us this far at least. RSS feed, what was that? Is it like... Oh, it still works. The RSS feed, like, you know, just different way of showing things, I guess. Alright, GSM Arena works. That's all that we need, I guess. I'm considering try to root and install Android Gingerbread custom ROM on this phone. I managed to find the files to do so that might be something to do in a future video. Although I don't think Gingerbread is gonna save this thing. Thank you for watching. I hope this was fun and enjoyable to you, like it was to me, and have a nice day.